The Boston Celtics made tremendous strides last night as they took on the Cleveland Cavaliers. Improved passing and inside scoring gave the offense an added dimension. Wesley Person hit a couple of big three-pointers down the stretch to take the game from Boston, but Coach Pitino knows there is still a long season ahead for his young team.
Tonight we had a chance of winning. They made big shots down the stretch, and it comes down to sometimes making big shots. But I don't necessarily think that you have to get the wins right now because it's an 82-game schedule.
Tonight, old friend Chris Ford and his Milwaukee Bucks will serve up the next test for the Celtics. Led by the addition of all-star point guard Terrell Brandon as well as the big dog Glenn Robinson, the Celtics will have their hands full. Throw in rising star Ray Allen, and the Bucks have a full array of weapons on hand. The Celtics will need to keep up the hard work and the intensity if they want to come away with a win tonight in Milwaukee. Welcome to the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where tonight the Celtics in their second road game of the year take on the Milwaukee Bucks. Hi everybody, I'm Tommy Heinsohn, and once again I'll be working with my partner Bob Cousy. And Coos, what are the Celtics' chances tonight against the Bucks?
Very difficult night. The Celtics coming off an excellent effort last night, high intensity. They were in a game at the end till a couple of Waller-Person three-point bombs knocked them out of it, but I think deserved to win. Very difficult to regenerate the batteries in a 24-hour period of time against what perhaps is the most improved team in the league. Chris Ford has a powerhouse put together here with some of the changes that they made during the summer. Let's take a look at those. How about this, fans? They've gone from 21st in the league total scoring to second, 105 points. They're first. They're the best shooting team in the league at the moment. Three-point field goal percentage, also number one in the league. That's from 21 last year. Look what the effect that a good, solid point guard will have. They've gone to fifth and assists from 19. Steals, they're number one in the league. Point differential, difference between your offense and defense, 30, also number one from 18. I'll tell you, I think the acquisition of Terrell Brandon has had an enormous impact on the turnaround of this Milwaukee Bucks team, Tate.
Not surprising to me. The Celtics lost a close one last night, Coos. Has there been an improvement so far in what they've been doing?
Well, as we all know, we're in a rebuilding situation, so we look for positive signs, and I did see some positive signs last night. The number one item that we featured throughout the exhibition and now is the defensive consistency. The Pitino philosophy, I think, has taken hold. The players believe in it, and they're giving 120% effort, which this kind of approach requires. It will not be successful unless the players, all five of them, work as hard as they possibly can at it. Last night, for the first time, to be honest about it, I saw them take the additional pass offensively in their half-court set, which enabled them to, I thought, shoot a better percentage. They shot as high as they have all year at 42, and they were creating the best possible opportunity with a little more patience and poise. And the other positive was that they were taking the ball to the basket, and as a result, went to the line. They are still, however, not creating enough layups off their turnovers, T, and I still have to feel that a point guard has not yet stepped up.
Well, that could be very true, Coos. The Bucks made a big-time trade over the course of the summer. They sent Vinny Baker, their big guy, to Seattle and acquired all-star point guard Terrell Brandon. What does it mean?
Yeah, we just mentioned Terrell. In my judgment, even before this year, he was one, if not the most underrated point guard in the league. Part of that, despite making the All-Star team last year, was he played in Mike Fratello's slowdown. Chris Ford's up-tempo will allow him to max his abilities. He's been chosen to the U.S. World Championship team that's going to perform in August in Athens, Greece. He's ninth in the league in assists. He's third in steals. This kid, I think, is going to have his best possible year. since he's come into the league, and as I said a moment ago, he's going to have a tremendous impact on the turnaround of this club.
Earlier, we spoke with Chris Ford about what Terrell Brandon means to the Bucks.
Yeah, he's a tremendous, talented point guard. You know, he plays defense. He can beat you off the dribble offensively, and he gets a big kick and a big smile out of making the assist. And he has a lot of guys he can pass it to.
Guz, what's the strategy for tonight for the Celtics against this Bucks team?
Well, continue doing what they've been doing best, which we said was defense. You're going against the #1 offensive team in the league, so the defensive intensity is going to have to be required throughout. It's a little bit of a catch-22, because if they are working at the defense, this to some degree up-tempos the pace of the game. Normally the Celtics are looking for this, but against this club that runs extremely well, with Brandon leading the show, and they shoot it so effectively that I don't know, frankly, whether they want to get into an up-and-down game with them. So that's going to be somewhat the problem. The good rebounding effort will have to be continued, and this is something also that has been a plus for the Celtics. They're not a big team, T, but the fact that they have been pressuring all over the floor, they've created an up-tempo pace. It's enabled a smaller team to rebound more effectively.
Well, let's get right now to the key matchup of the ball game, and that matchup is brought to you by Chrysler Plymouth New England. If you want to know what's new, we'll show you. That matchup involves Walter McCarty and Glenn Robinson of the Bucks. McCarty averaging 9.6 rebounds a game, and Robinson 21 points and 4.5 rebounds for the Bucks. So we'll be back with the starting lineups in the opening tip right after this.
It turns day into night, air into fire. And in the town of Dante's Peak, a volcano is turning nature into a nightmare. Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton, Dante's Peak.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Get your magic nuts, get your magic nuts. My name is Lionel Bradshaw, and I sell peanuts. Just like a ball player, I've got moves and my own style. I throw the peanuts, and then I throw the ball to them. The money goes in the ball. Then it comes back to me from across the aisle. I manage to sneak a peek at the game here and there, and that keeps me smiling. It's a fun thing I do. It's not a job to me. I enjoy the basketball and working at the arena. It's like a marriage together, like a marriage here, you know. Get your magic nuts.
A brutal murder has been committed at the White House, and everyone's a suspect. The suspense thriller Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket.
Homicide. There are 27 cameras covering the White House. None of them captured her within 3 minutes of her death.
What would it take for me to see all the surveillance tape?
Not much. Just an act of Congress.
Do you want me to finish this?
These people can make us disappear.
Wesley Snipes, Diane Lane, Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Last Friday, I joined volunteers at the local community center to serve a weekly dinner. Everyone found something to do.
The Jolinger family prepared the turkey. Debbie served the soup. Mrs. Thompson's first grade class baked cookies.
Even the too cool B.J. Carter helped out. Mr. Martin, I'm not too sure what he did. And Mrs. Semler finally put that old piano to use. We all learned something that afternoon.
How good it feels making people smile. Team up with your community.
Well, welcome back to the Light Show here at the Bradley Center. And a grand performance it is, as each and every city nowadays having these grandiose introductions of the home team. As we watch the buck hit to the floor coming down the rope. Tonight's starting lineups are brought to you by the U.S. Postal Service, the official expedited courier of the Boston Celtics. And the Celtics will go with Walter McCarty, Antoine Walker up front, along with Travis Knight at the center. Chauncey Billups gets the nod at point guard. Ron Mercer also in the backcourt. Glenn Robinson and Tyrone Hill at the forwards. Irvin Johnson at center. Terrell Brandon and Ray Allen in Milwaukee's backcourt. The officials for tonight will be Mark Wunderlich, Billy Oates, and Violet Palmer, who's the first woman official we have seen.
Go, Violet. I'm all for it. Next, we need a lady president. The men have screwed up this planet for 2,000 years.
Oh.
Let's give the ladies a shot at it.
Oh. Boy, you say that on the air, but you don't say that.
I'd vote for Violet.
Privately.
Sure do.
Are you running for some office or?
No, just trying to get in good with the ladies, I guess. However, history will decide for us. You know, I was thinking today, this may sound bizarre, but maybe the worst thing the Celtics have done so far this season is win that opener against Chicago. I think it's backfired a little in that it alerted immediately the other 27 teams in the league that they can't come into Boston and expect an easy win, and on a given night, obviously, the rebuilding Celtics could beat even the world champions, and it gave all those coaches an extra motivator coming in, saying you guys better get up for it, and that seems to be what's happened. Last night was another example. You know, I think they're fairly evenly matched with Cleveland, and probably should have won that game. But anyway, the clubs are coming in and playing hard against them, and a lot of it had to do with that early season win, and perhaps we said at the time it was a confidence boost for the C's, but maybe it momentarily blinded them to how much work there still is in front of them. You know, they came out of that saying, hey, we beat the world champions. You know, that preseason schedule was a fluke. Look how good we are, and that's not the case.
Well, you look at what has Rick Pitino's been saying all along, that this is going to be a process and it will take a period of time. Nobody knows it better than him. He's been through it several times. You know, if anybody else had said that, I would say, well, that's the same old story. But this guy has a proven record of accomplishing things with this style of play, and has even done it at the pro level, and has had difficult first parts of the first year when he coached the ball club. So he knows in his own mind what it will take, and he's trying to find the right combination. Tip goes to the Celtics. It'll be Walter McCarty lining up against Glenn Robinson. Billups will take Brandon, and vice versa. Here's Travis Knight with Irvin Johnson on him. Mercer pops free, looking inside to Walker. Tyrone Hill on Antoine. Single coverage back out to McCarty. Front rims the three. And Brandon will semi-waltz it up the floor.
Irvin Johnson, a 6'11 center who came over this year for Milwaukee, a surprise starter. He had been their starter. He's been out with severe muscle spasms in the back for a couple of days now. They didn't expect him to play.
The Celtics come up with the Johnson miss. Celtics had a little bit better offensive flow last night. Mercer double team will kick out tonight. Straight in look for Travis, and he is the only really good three-point shooter so far on the Celtics squad.
They're only shooting at a 27%, Tommy, which has got to be a league low from three-point line.
And he's shooting 45% coming into this game from the three-point line. So he's not abusing the privilege of taking those outside shots. The foul will be on. They'll call it on Ron Mercer, as Ray Allen, who has been in a preseason game a formidable, and I mean a formidable opponent in helping to break the Boston press.
He's coming into his own. They all thought he would be as effective as he's shown so far this year. Early in his career last year, it didn't happen. He underachieved. Boy, that's not happening this year. 9th in scoring in the league with 23 a game.
Well, it's 3-2 Boston. Billups off the pick, gets tucked into the corner, leads the double team, will kick it over. Inside is Antoine. They have a good angle to get it to him. Can't get it up over the front of the rim as they made a really good pass to him. Here comes Allen back out to Brandon. Up fake, and that's no good. Rebounded by Robinson. All the way jumper, front rim. Right there is Tyrone Hill, and he slaps that one off the glass. Bucks take the lead, 4-3.
They're +3 in the rebounding department. No huge, big, dominating rebounder, but they're leapers, they're active, and they've just given us a demonstration of how effective they can be.
Mercer goes outside. Good up fake by Billups. Walker. A floater, no. Walker having his shooting woes so far in these last few games. Gives the three to Glenn Robinson at the trailer, and it's 7-3 Bucks.
Big dog, averaging 21 a game. This club, as we told you on top, is shooting 44% from behind the line, and it's been extended this year back to the original, what was it, 23.9. So these guys can shoot it.
Mercer hits the Celts to 5 points.
C's, I think, have to stay competitive early, Tommy. The Bucks break it open quickly here in the first half. It could be a blowout if they stay with it. Why we may go to the wire.
Irvin Johnson's shot rebounded by Walker. Billups will take a three. Back rims it right there. McCarty. Mercer back out to Walker. Good up fake by Antoine. Loses his dribble right to Allen. And it'll be a palming violation on Ray Walker.
Yeah, good call. Big Bill Oakes, veteran official, is the lead official tonight. Allen didn't require that kind of a move either. He had a 3-on-1 almost setting up if he'd just taken it to the middle. There it is again. By this time, he's already turned it over.
Travis Knight back out to McCarty. Billups into the paint, had McCarty wide open underneath. Gets the floater to go, and it's tied at 7. Billups with his first hoop.
Celtics continuing to show more poise offensively, Tommy, in that half court. They're just looking for each other better. They're settling sometimes a little too strong for the outside shot. This is what we saw in the first 3 or 4 games until last night, but it seems to be continuing. So that last double session practice where they featured, this seems to be paying off.
They did not have a shoot around today, just a skull session. And there's the leaner by Brandon. Bucks 9, Celtics 7.
He does a little bit of everything. Dribble penetrates, can stop and take the pop, can lay down for the easy shot. If he draws the defender, he plays good defense. The only thing, I suppose, that's not in his favor is his size at 5'10".
Mercer glides by, gets challenged, up and under. What a move by Mercer. Yeah, that's the first hoop for Mercer. Make it his second. He's got 4. Good pass from Johnson to the weak side. Cutter, Tyrone Hill. Bucks up 2.
This Buck team passes so well that tapping the ball, boy, puts an extra burden on that weak side defense. They look for each other effectively as McCarty hits his first 2. And they'll beat the rotation most times as they just did to Tyrone Hill.
Allen turns it into the middle. And it'll be Boston ball. As Allen said, somebody touched it. Timeout on the floor with 6:35 to go in the first. It's tied at 11.
Please kiss me, croaked the frog. And then the princess kissed the frog, and he suddenly turned into Charles Barkley.
Daddy!
Okay. You caught me. The frog turned into a handsome prince. I love reading with my kids. We all enjoy it. Reading builds a solid foundation for their future. Okay, who wants to read the next one?
Daddy, Charles must have been a really big frog.
I'm not trying to meet another man.
If you can't deny it.
Girl, the man wears sex like a coat.
If you try to fight it.
Should I call him? Should I not call him? Who the hell knows?
If you won't admit it.
This is nothing serious. This is not a love thing.
Then you got the Jones. Lorenz Tate, Nia Long, Love Jones.
This is for you. Wait a minute. You made breakfast.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
2 first-round draft picks of the C's. The jury's still out on Chauncey Billups, but not on this young man as he does a Michael Jordan imitation here. He's going to be a player. And here's the rotation we were talking about. You see they trap the ball. The rotation's a little late getting down. Johnson looks nicely for the weak side, who drops to the open area under the basket. It's going to be a tough play for the C's if they want to trap inside.
Travis Knight backing Johnson in, gives to Billups. He'll take. Front rims it inside as Waller McCarty looking to get it to somebody. Finally does to Travis. Travis takes the jumper and
that was not necessary. Bad shot there by the big guy. It's one of the drawbacks of being a big man and having an effective outside shot is the shot is always there for you, so you have a tendency to sometimes force it or rush it when you shouldn't take it. That was one of the times.
Brandon, no. Johnson to miss. As it's swatted at by McCarty, but he'll draw the whistle. So Irvin Johnson to the line. That'll be the first foul on Walter.
Johnson, as Chris Ford, you saw Rick Pitino a moment ago, Dick Versace, one of the assistants with the Bucks. Johnson, primarily a defensive rebounding center. He averages 10 points a game, but he's not really known for his offensive prowess, but a good hard worker who should complement these guys well. He doesn't have to be a shooter because the Bucks this year are blessed with good offensive potential.
So the Bucks break the tie. He has a little pressure, and Knight brings it across. Here's Billups now, picked up by Ray Allen. They'll go to Walker. Mercer pops out, looking inside at Travis Knight. And there'll be a hand check on Allen. That'll be his first, and the first team foul on the Bucks. Walter along the baseline in the pocket, squeezes it through. Right there, Hill. Quickly to Brandon. Robinson will be double teamed. Hill will kick it out, and there'll be a 3-second violation on the big guy, Irvin Johnson.
And again, it's a direct result of the trap on the side there, Tommy. He was aggressive. The man with the ball could not pick out the free man. And again, on the weak side, the big guy dropped underneath because he was left alone. But the fact that there was such good pressure on the ball, he wasn't able to pick him out, and the 3-second violation on the weak side man was called. Billups with a turnover.
Robinson swings by Chauncey Billups. Back into the double team, and here comes Travis Knight. Will find Mercer, and he'll be called for steps.
That's what plagues a young team. 2 quick turnovers. Turnovers always hurt, but they hurt more when it happens on the part of supposedly your point guard out there.
Timeout on the floor. Bucks up 3, 14-11. We'll be back.
Francis McGuire, a.k.a. Frankie the Angel.
I have been given the authority to use any means necessary to bring closure to this issue.
You're gonna kill him. I understand why he's doing what he's doing. If I was 8 years old and saw my father gunned down in front of my family.
You're on your own here, laddie.
The Devil's Own.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
As one of my teammates gets a rebound, I'm already thinking about who's on the right side, who's on the left side, and who's going to be trailing me.
All I'm doing is trying to just look at the defender. I'm going to see what he's doing.
I like to no-look pass.
Between my legs.
Look away.
Around the back.
If there's a perfect pass, it'll be to the right person at the right time.
A perfect pass is getting somebody in the rhythm to shoot the ball.
You have to love the pass. You just have to love the game of basketball.
Quick check of the Bank Boston scoreboard has the Bucks leading by 3.
Margierini and Adisol are the right team at the right time. UPN 38 Prime News at 10. Right at home.
Now Chris Ford, who has seen his team get off to a wonderful start early in this season at 3-1.
They won 33 all of last year, T. They haven't made playoffs in the last 6 years. All of that is going to change dramatically this year. They're going to be I think one of the top 5 or 6 teams in the league, and playoffs will not be in question.
Turnover by Robinson as they pressed Robinson right. And the foul will be on the dog.
The $69 million man. He got everyone's attention when he got out of school 4 years ago. Asked for $100 million, which now has been reached a few times in the NBA, but at that time it was a bit of an oddity.
Travis Knight going to work on Johnson. No, knocked out, picked up by Glenn Robinson.
Senator Cole, who owns this team, said, hey, you pay me $100 million for the team and you can have it, right? It's a big dog.
Up to Robinson, he decides to try and slice through, tied up.
That's a nice job.
And they'll call steps.
Excellent defensive effort. Travis Knight came over and added to the defensive challenge. Caught big dog up in the air and caused the turnover. Nice job.
Tyus Edney was activated from the injured reserve list. He'll be reporting into the ball game along with D. Brown. Walker's pass picked off by Johnson.
Greg Minor came off the IR as well. Dante Jones and John Thomas replaced him.
Hill looking over, will get it to Robinson, no good, and Waller knocking off Irvin Johnson from the rebound. Walker head up and makes a great move on Glenn Robinson. 14-13 Bucks. Coming up to 3 minutes in the first.
That's a nice move by Walker. Isolated himself nicely. Took a little too long, but the Bucks didn't trap in the meantime. Figuring Robinson could handle him. He couldn't. Walker gets his first 2.
Johnson rolling hook.
Gave up on the play, Travis Knight. Watch this. Here's the Walker move. You see, he's isolating himself. Nobody taps down. Nice 360 after he gets the position. When Travis Knight comes up. See, you can't come up with the man still in movement because all it does is show the official that you're not fouling him. Your hands are up over your head. Meanwhile, your feet aren't moving, and the man goes in and takes the easy layup.
Last foul on Waller McCarty. 16-13 Bucks. Waller, good up fake, little leaner. Back rims it, no. Right there, Irvin Johnson, long outlet to Allen. Takes it to the middle. Celts back, however, stopped the fast break. And it goes to Robinson, tied up by D. Brown, but they'll call a foul on D.
That's a tough matchup for the 6'2" D. Brown. Robinson 6'6", 6'7", a leaper with excellent back to the basket moves. Here it is. course, in the Pitino defensive system, you're going to get a lot of mismatches. He doesn't worry too much about matching up according to size. Initially, that's so, but with all the trapping and rotating, you're going to end up, as I say, with a lot of weird matchup combinations out there.
So Armand Gilliam comes in, and he'll replace Irvin Johnson. Will move Tyrone Hill undoubtedly to the center spot.
Gilliam's more of a shooter. You got to pay more attention to him defensively. Not as big or as tall, but does his share of rebounding. He was the second pick in the country in 1987.
Edney kicks it to Waller McCarty. Over to Antoine. Power move by Antoine as he really is doing what he should be doing, taking it to the hoop.
That is excellent. Kind of versatility mixed with power here as he goes up and stuffs over the Milwaukee Buck. Gives him a little look, a little bake and shake. Better save those moves, however, for when they're 4-1, not 1-4. When you're working off a losing record, don't get their attention. Don't get them upset with them. Finesse moves. Good steal by
Tyus Edney.
Tyus Edney catches the offense by surprise.
Well, Tyus has been silently sitting on the sideline on that injured reserve list, waiting for some playoff playing minutes, and there he is.
Just carelessness on the part of Allen. See, you don't expect it. You expect the defense to, filter back over half court. Edney hung tough and went after the pass that went backwards. That's another no-no. Never pass backwards when you're on offense. Go towards your hoop, not away from it.
So Tyus ties it at 18. More pressure in the backcourt by the Celtics. Brown's going to take the ball handler now, which is Ray Allen. Then off the pick, rolls back inside over Schroeder. They're letting Allen become the playmaker, and Brandon is working inside against Edney.
Well, they can reverse those roles. Allen not quite as effective as Brandon, but he can do it, and that makes both of them more effective in terms of running the offense. Allen.
Walk for, and Walker comes up with the miss. Quickly now they'll go to Edney. He's going to try and jet it up. It'll go to D. Brown.
That's what the C's need. If Edney can do it effectively, Tommy, they'll add another dimension to their offense and put a little more constant pressure on the defenders. Quick penetration and dish, or just any attack on the basket puts pressure on the defense. But we're still seeing a premature perimeter shot, I think, on the part of the C's. They still need a little more patience in that regard.
On Gilliam, a nice defensive effort there by Purvis Ellison. Quickly now they'll go to Antoine. They'll try to pass it. Brandon leans away from Purvis, and it's Bucks 22, Celtics 18. And Brandon has 6 points.
Yeah, nice job by Terrell. You let the defense, when you're a point guard, dictate what you're going to do when you get into the paint. That's exactly what Terrell did. He looked for the penetration. Defense was there. Outlet was covered. He took the little fall away.
Mercer now, defended by Robinson, pick and roll.
Nice.
Purvis off the glass. Good soft pass in the right place for Purvis Ellison. That's his first 2. And the Bucks will go for the last shot of the quarter. Big Dog carries it at the buzzer. We'll be back. Second quarter action right after this.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
This month on Direct Ticket, the powerful true story Rosewood from the acclaimed director of Boys in the Hood.
These are real folks dying. Women and children ain't done nothing wrong to no soul.
In this town,
You've been drifting long, Mr. Man.
Seemed like forever.
two men with different pasts
There be some trouble around here, sir. To show use your help.
must team up and fight to save themselves and the people they love. John Voight, Rosewood on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Are you ready for some football?
The game has begun.
Who is flying the aircraft?
That would be me.
The clock is ticking.
He's crazy. This is bad.
Miss, let's delay our flight.
I'm calm.
Get ready for the ultimate
I'm going to crash the plane.
touchdown.
Let's play.
Turbulence.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
Monday at 8, someone is in the house a little too long for LL Cool J. It's the night that hospitality turned to hostility on In the House here on UPN 38.
The trap is effective as a surprise measure, but against a veteran team, if you overuse it, they handle it easily, as they did that time.
And that was a 3 to close out the quarter, so the Bucks now lead 25-20. And Jamie Fike is in for the Bucks at center. Played pretty well, I led to believe, in the game that Irvin Johnson was out. Edney with the little floater comes up short, and the foul will be on Walter McCarty.
Is that his third?
Yep.
We'll bring Andrew DeClerc off the bench. Cardi with 2 points. Again, very active. We saw him box out effectively when he moved Irvin Johnson out of there. He makes some nice passes. He penetrates. You know, he looks like he's on the verge of potentially being an excellent player, but so far the results aren't necessarily there.
Yep. Elliot Perry in now at backcourt along with Michael Curry. And Armand Gilliam now defended by Purvis Ellison. He has big dog. Mercer on him. They'll trap Robinson. And there'll be a foul called on Purvis.
He came over a little too aggressively. It's a shame because Mercer had him in trouble. He was going down, and I guess the Ellison entry caused some contact and foul.
Looking down low to Robinson, back to Perry. It's knocked away nicely by D. Brown. Mercer up quickly on the wing. Good pass from D. Brown. Mercer will pull it back out. Purvis now. They'll look inside. They'll give it to.
That's nice.
That'll be a
That's
goaltend. So give the hoop to DeClerc.
Andrew's not a great shooter, but if you allow him to get the position he wants, he can create a pretty good opportunity for himself.
Robinson will bring it up now, and looking over on the side for a potential steal was Tyus Edney. Over the top to Fike, knocked away by D. Brown, picked off the floor by Edney. So D. Brown getting a swing at his defense. Pull up by Mercer, bang! Celts within one.
I'll tell you what, Mercer This is really starting to stabilize and showing why the seeds were so high on him as a sixth draft choice. We'll be back.
A brutal murder has been committed at the White House, and everyone's a suspect. The suspense thriller Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket.
Homicide. There are 27 cameras covering the White House. None of them captured her within 3 minutes of her death.
What would it take for me to see all the surveillance tapes?
Not much. Just an act of Congress.
Do you want me to finish this?
These people can make us disappear.
Wesley Snipes, Diane Lane, Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
The people of Care know that there are thousands of families around the world who face starvation, who need clean water to avoid fatal disease, and who need the tools to learn to help themselves. But as the NBA's Dikembe Mutombo has seen in his homeland of Africa, a little care can make a world of difference.
Show that to you, Care.
Last Friday, I joined volunteers at the local community center to serve a weekly dinner. Everyone found something to do. The Jolinger family prepared the turkey. Debbie served the soup. Mrs. Thompson's first grade class baked cookies. Even the too cool B.J. Carter helped out. Mr. Martin, I'm not too sure what he did. And Mrs. Semler finally put that old piano to use. We all learned something that afternoon, how good it feels making people smile. Team up with your community.
Wednesday night, Eric Williams returns to Boston with the Denver Nuggets. And on Friday, Marcus Camby and the Toronto Raptors come to town. Tickets start at just $10, so visit the Fleet Center box office or any Ticketmaster outlet or call 931-2222. Celtics basketball, get pumped!
And they sure did right there, as on the press, the Celts come up with a steal and get a layup. And now have taken a lead, 26-25. Here is Gilliam now. Will be used in the backcourt to help bring it over. Surround him. Here is Michael Curry.
You're right, T. The Celtics are pumped. Their offensive burst has energized their defensive intensity. Normally it works the other way around, but
Michael Curry picks up the foul there. As Edney will give to Mercer. Catch shot. Another swish by Mercer, who has 8 points. As Elliot Perry can't turn the corner, they'll get it back to Robinson. More pressure. Intensity is picked up here by the Celtics, and they're up by 3.
A bad backup point, Perry, but I don't know how well he handles pressure, although he didn't do bad that time.
Over the top of Edney, but Edney was right on the shooting hand. Purvis will look for Mercer, and there'll be an offensive foul on the
The C's have been getting a lot of that on the part of their big men, T. You know, they set the pick and they keep moving. You can't wipe the defender out, whoever you're setting the pick for.
You know, the secret to setting a pick is when the guy hits yours, fall backwards and impede his progress, but keep going backwards. Rebound by Purvis Ellison. Edney will find Mercer. DeClerc was inside. Bad pass from Mercer to DeClerc. Allen lays it down for Perry. Perry bothered. Right there, Mercer pulls off the miss. Edney now, 2-on-1. Will give to D. Brown.
That's nice. Edney, that's what we haven't been getting enough of. The little fake by the point guard, the drop pass to create the uncontested layup.
Ray Allen now on the corner, almost throws it away. It's Perry wide of the mark, and right there, Ray Allen for the putback. 4 points now for Allen. Celts up 1.
Well, that's too bad. C's have done a good job defensively. You don't expect an air ball. See, when it goes up, you expect a rebound. That time, Allen alertly saw it wasn't going to hit Steele and put it back up.
Edney gets hit in the face. Lays it to DeClerc.
That's nice.
And DeClerc to the left hand now has 4 points. Celts up 3. And there'll be steps on Elliot Perry.
I'll tell you what, good timing on the part of the coach reactivating this Edney. He has added a dimension, a lot of excitement. Because he's all over the place. He's been cooped up, just dying to go. And he may be giving it the extra effort tonight, but if he can sustain this kind of energy level, why, as I say, it's a dimension the Celtics need to.
Well, he is a true point guard. Dana Barros is really a 2 guard that they've been trying to make into a point guard. Here's Edney leaning in, can't get it to go. It'll be Perry on the fly. A wild shot, Mike challenge. Challenged again, and this time he'll get to the line. So Purvis Ellison to the bench as Travis Knight returns.
Fike, a hard worker. I don't know that he was drafted. He was in the league last year, had a cup of coffee with Charlotte and San Antonio, and then spent some time in a CBA. Pretty good shot blocker, not much of an offensive forward, but he stepped in last game and did a good job when Irvin Johnson went down with the back spasms.
Now waiting for Andrew Lang, who is 6'11" center with some real experience, who suffered a laceration, broken finger, and is due back sometime in the middle of November. Edney has that swatted away. Brandon throws it away. It'll be Boston ball.
Well, I'll tell you, the Celtic pressure once again is being maintained, and it's putting just enough of a challenge on even the good ball handlers. We've seen both Brandon and Allen turn it over under this kind of intense pressure. So it's having an effect on this veteran Bucks team at the moment.
Andrew DeClerc at the point will give to Bowen, who just came in.
Look inside, guys. Look inside.
Travis Knight forced to the shot. And they'll say that D. Brown came from out of bounds to inbound that, or to grab that rebound.
See, Chris Ford has extended his defensive pressure. This has happened 2 or 3 times so far early in the season, and the Celtics, frankly, have not handled it well. When you've got this kind of pressure, you can't be passing laterally. You need people who can dribble, penetrate, and just go by that extended pressure and create something going to the basket.
Ray Allen, beautiful little fall away in the pocket. Quickly now to Bowen. Bowen should have been called for steps there. Walker has just come back in. One swinging it. Travis left alone now. Wide of the mark. Curry tosses it right back to Walker, lays it to Edney, and it should stay Boston ball.
Good job. Celtics hustling at it. They're just half a second behind the plays offensively. They're losing some of their poise, which is not unusual for a young team. Just loses the handle there. That's nice.
Walker, nice pass from Edney. Celts now 34, Bucks 33, coming up to 6 minutes in the second quarter. Irvin Robinson back in. Johnson make it.
And Knight's got to step up on that move, too. He's giving way and allowing Johnson to get in there. Johnson doesn't have that kind of finesse as Brown hits from out.
That's a 2 by D, 36-35. Celtics, D now has 4. Johnson looking for the cutter, gives it to Allen. Brandon left alone on the double, no, long rebound. Tracked down by Travis Knight. Edney's the only guy that's kind of getting the ball up the floor with the dribble and the pass at the right time.
Not only that, but he's searching out targets, T. You know, he's pushing the ball up, and at the same time, he's looking for open people to release to. That again is what the Celtics haven't had yet.
Brandon out to Allen, catch shot, no good. Rebound Gilliam.
That's nice. That's nice. Brandon threads the needle.
Well, the Bucks get the lead back. Allen now with 8.
Brandon is the direct result of why this team is shooting at 50% from the field. They're the best in the league. You don't do that without an effective point guard.
D. Brown off the pick, right into the shot. 6 for D. Bowen on Curry. Curry tries to turn the corner. Here comes Brandon slicing through and will be hit by Tyus Edney. So Edney will go to the bench, and he was a spark plug while he was in there. Edney has 2 points and 6 assists in probably about 8 minutes of action.
This team shooting at 75% from the line, which is also these days a pretty good shooting percentage for NBA teams. The 4th team foul on the C's with 4 to go. Bucks still have yet to pick up their first team foul here in the second quarter.
Well, Gilliam to the bench. Tyrone Hill comes back in for the Bucks. Everybody loves this little guy, Brandon.
Well,
it's 1 of 2.
After you get through talking about his obvious physical skills, they say he's just a heck of a kid. Great guy in the locker room, upbeat, positive, everything a coach wants in terms of the impact on the other guys.
Mercer back to Walker. He'll take the 3. That's short.
Celtics continue to get into offensive problems and end up taking a wild perimeter shot.
Well, Antoine Walker shooting 3s right now is shooting at 22%, and that was coming into tonight's game. Good. Turns away from Billups, tries it again. No, Travis Knight takes it away. Here comes Billups now.
Good defensive job by Chauncey that time, forcing Brandon into the low percentage shot. Not too often Antoine Walker with his moves, Tommy, and his athleticism should be forced to take a perimeter shot, especially a wild one, to be honest. As the defenders, if they play up on him, he's got to be ready to blow by them.
Tied at 38. And up to 3 minutes and a half. Robinson has come back in for the Bucks. Bowen on him. Single coverage, and Billups will be pushed by Robinson, so Robinson unsure what to do. Commits the foul. There'll be timeout. It's 38-38 here in Milwaukee.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
It turns day into night, air into fire. And in the town of Dante's Peak, a volcano is turning nature into a nightmare. Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton, Dante's Peak.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
So here's the result of Coach Pitino's insistence on sustained intensity. Now, Billups doesn't have to fight over. He doesn't have to stay low. Now when the man dribbles out, he doesn't have to go back out and attack him, but he stays in the play all the way, forces a poor shot, and now again, Billups guarding the man on top. He doesn't have to come in and try to trap, but the fact that he does puts that unusual pressure on the offender that he doesn't expect, and a lot of times, as it is tonight, it'll create positive results.
Billups going to his right this time, got a shot off and also got fouled. That'll be the second foul on, make it the first on Brandon. So Billups at the line for two team fouls on the Bucks. And Billups breaks the tie. Billups gets his fourth point and gives the Celtics a 2-point edge.
Billups, the best free throw shooter on the seas at almost 91%.
We'll go to Irvin Johnson, and great pass by the big guy. Gets an easy two for Glenn Robinson, who now has 12.
And that's how you beat the constant overplay on outlets. A little backdoor and a nice pass. Billups.
Mercer, no, right there, Bowen. And Mercer gets hit by Ray Allen. But what a rebounding effort there by Bruce Bowen.
Yeah, it's a shame. It looked like, Tommy, let's take a peek. Let's see if he couldn't have gone up with it while he was still in the air. Like, right now, shoot it. Oh, don't come back down, because it allows the defenders to get back in position. But Mercer bails him out with a nice move.
Well, it was a heck of a rebound, and there was Irvin Johnson, the shot blocker, just waiting for him to launch it. And that was the better part of Alla. So Mercer makes two, and the Celtics are up to 42-40 with 2:09 to go in the half.
I haven't seen stats, but the C's seem to be holding their own defensively off the boards. Excuse me, a nice steal by Walker. And a lay down to Billups.
More cohesiveness evident in this ball game tonight. Alley-oop to Irvin Johnson, trap on the baseline, no place to go, steps out of bounds. It ought to be Boston ball, but they'll call it 20-second timeout.
I thought you couldn't do that anymore.
Well, it's like when you're trying to catch the ball going out of bounds. He had possession of the ball. Discussing that very point.
But he's, I'm sure there's Walker's steal. Again, the defense hanging in, catching the offense continually by surprise here. They get careless and they take it away. It appeared to me Johnson was ready to fall out of bounds. That's the rule that they finally eliminated. That stupid rule there where you allowed the man running out of bounds to call timeout. So, he's under pressure. You've got to reward the defenders for creating that kind of pressure, and you can't allow, I don't think, the offense to maintain control.
Well, that's a little bit different. He was on the floor, almost taken away that time by Billups. Irvin Johnson converts and gets the Bucks back within 2-7 for the big guy.
And again, Brandon creating an easy opportunity for his big people inside.
Bowen will find Knight, weak side, and has the put down by Antoine.
Oh, they got lucky. It was still up on the rim there. Did they give it to Knight or to Antoine?
Antoine. He's got 9 as Johnson almost picked off by Billups. Pull up by Allen, back rims it, tip right there. Walker, long pass will get to Billups.
Nice.
And give him the 2. So great look by Antoine. And the Celtics are up 6. And we're under a minute to go in the half.
Still got a half to go, T, but by far the best performance on both ends of the floor by the Celtics so far this season.
Good pass from Brandon to Hill.
You wonder why the Bucks are shooting 50%. Brandon has just dished off for 3 easy uncontested layups to his teammates.
Bowen. Knocked out of bounds as he tried to slice through and get an angle to the board.
Purvis Ellison went to the locker room with Ed Lashert, something in his eye, claiming he'll be back. Walker.
Antoine Walker fouled by Irvin Johnson. Edney, who gave a little life to this unit tail end of the first quarter, will be coming back in momentarily as Phillips looked a little winded. And big round of applause from Rick Pitino as Phillips retreats to the bench.
Phillips played well. That's what they need. You know, that kid seems to have the skills. He's just got to step forward. Maybe it's just a matter of confidence. Walker, who's been shooting free throws poorly at 56%, knocks down his 3rd in a row.
Brandon gets it off over Edney. Long rebound goes to Walker. The Celtics will go for the last shot of the half.
Penetrating lay down, Tyus. Penetrating lay down.
And they'll say the basket will not count.
Milwaukee over the limit.
So Tyus Edney makes a great move, puts some quickness on Terrell Brandon.
It is. This is what the kid does best, I'll tell you. He's an exciting little player. Good penetration there. Has trouble finishing when the big guys are in there, but that time they isolated, so he had no one to beat but Brandon.
Oh, his job really was to penetrate, and if they jammed him, then to kick it out. But he ends up with 1 free throw. Allen now. And they say the basket will not count. So an outstanding second quarter here offensively and defensively for the Celtics, propel them into a 7-point lead as both clubs go to the locker room. It's 51-44 Boston.
It turns day into night, air into fire. And in the town of Dante's Peak, a volcano is turning nature into a nightmare. Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton, Dante's Peak.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Get your magic nut, get your magic nut.
My name is Lionel Bradshaw, and I sell peanuts. Just like a ball player, I've got moves and my own style. I throw the peanuts, and then I throw the ball to them. The money goes in the ball. Then it comes back to me from across the aisle. I managed to sneak a peek at the game here and there, and that keeps me smiling. So it's a fun thing I do. It's not a job to me. I enjoy the basketball and working at the arena. It's like a marriage together, like a marriage here, you know?
Get your magic nut.
A brutal murder has been committed at the White House, and everyone's a suspect. The suspense thriller Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket.
Homicide. There are 27 cameras covering the White House. None of them captured her within 3 minutes of her death.
What would it take for me to see all the surveillance tape?
Not much. Just an act of Congress.
Do you want me to finish this?
These people can make us disappear.
Wesley Snipes, Diane Lane, Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Last Friday, I joined volunteers at the local community center to serve a weekly dinner. Everyone found something to do.
The Jolinger family prepared the turkey. Debbie served the soup. Mrs. Thompson's first grade class baked cookies.
Even the too cool B.J. Carter helped out. Mr. Martin, I'm not too sure what he did. And Mrs. Semler finally put that old piano to use. We all learned something that afternoon. How good it feels making people smile. Team up with your community.
Welcome back to the Bradley Center in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, where, hey, nice pleasant surprise. The halftime score, Bucks 44, the C's 51. You know, when Rick Pitino became head coach and president of the Celtics last May, one of his first priorities was finding a general manager who could wear a number of different hats. With the hiring of Chris Wallace, Rick Pitino feels he has found the perfect man.
When I first came aboard, I wanted a general manager that could wear a number of different hats. Number one being a tremendous evaluator of talent, sort of a combination of general manager, player, personnel director, and someone who has a vast array of talents in the evaluating area. Right away, I thought of only one person that could fit this bill, of someone that could encompass all the things I just mentioned. And that was Chris Wallace.
I'm going to be honest with you today. This isn't just a job for me and a promotion. This is a fulfillment of a dream.
Under Pat Riley, Chris Wallace spent last season as the director of player personnel for the Miami Heat. As Miami won a franchise record 61 games, Chris was credited with discovering many of the Heat's players. One of them, Vashawn Leonard, was seen by most people as a CBA player with good range. However, Wallace saw more, signed him to the Heat, and watched him become a top 10 three-point shooter in the league. Another of Wallace's gems was the signing of Isaac Austin. Before coming to the Heat, Austin spent 3 uneventful years in the NBA. He then toiled in the CBA as well as the French and Turkish leagues. Chris brought him to Miami, and Isaac was named NBA Most Improved Player last season. Rick Pitino realized the value of Wallace's knowledge and dealt a draft choice to Miami in order to bring Chris to Boston.
We had to give up the 30th pick in the draft, the second round pick, but we already have something in line to more than compensate for that. I think he's worth a couple of first round picks. That's how valuable he is. I think he's the best I've seen in a long time.
Besides being an excellent judge of talent, Chris has worked with Pat Riley, the league's first simultaneous head coach and president. That experience in Miami will certainly help everyone in Boston.
I'm glad to have had the opportunity to work for Pat Riley for a couple of years. It was a great experience and got to see how to put together this whole coach/president role for a very up-close and personal standpoint. I was there and saw that evolve into Miami, and I think that's been a tremendous benefit to me here so far in the early part of the Rick Pitino era in Boston. A coach who's also the president just doesn't have the time or the energy or the focus to be able to devote all of his time to administrative tasks. He's got to have some of his energy and focus left over for coaching.
While Rick Pitino implements a system, Chris has found players who can successfully execute it.
I believe we've got players in here now who can play Rick Pitino style basketball. We've got the live legs necessary to go up and down the court for 82 games. We also have some depth.
One of the players Wallace has brought in to help the Celtics is Bruce Bowen. A former CBA player, Bowen spent a brief stint in Miami last year, courtesy of you-know-who.
Well, we had Bruce in Miami on a couple different training camps, liked what we saw there. He was on the Heat's roster at the end of the season, and Pat Riley kept him around to practice with the team through the playoffs. Bruce, first of all, is a consummate professional. You don't have to wind him up. He gets himself ready. He's in tremendous shape year-round. He works on his game to his repertoire. So we're excited to see what Bruce Bowen can do this year in Rick's up-tempo style.
Unlike the Heat, which has proven veterans like Tim Hardaway and Alonzo Mourning, The Celtics are dealing with a very youthful squad. However, even with their inexperience, Chris sees a lot of potential in this young group.
And another strength of this team is the potential of the young players. I mean, we've got some young players that we're very excited about. Obviously, the two we drafted in the lottery, and Chauncey Billups and Ron Mercer. And we're very eager to see what strides Antoine Walker is going to make in year 2 in his development as a professional basketball player. You know, if he was in college, he would still just be a senior, and here he is as a second year already in the NBA.
Celtics hope these players can improve game in and game out. At this point, progress is just as important as wins and losses.
We don't have any goals, finite goals in terms of actual wins and losses this year. What we're trying to do is simply get this franchise back on the right track. Get the Celtics playing Rick Pitino basketball, become a tough out. So when teams come into town, even the superior ones, they're a little reticent to play the Celtics.
Most importantly, if Rick Pitino feels he needs another player to get the job done, he has a general manager with the ability to accommodate him.
Name a player in Siberia. He'll have a line on him. You won't stump on a player, and it's somebody that he knows every player. He knows the agents very well. Everybody likes him as a person. So I think this was a perfect hire.
Very, very fortunate individual. I think one of the few people, when they wake up in the morning, they really look forward to going to work. And when I started this 16 years ago, that's all I was trying to do, was to create an employment situation where I didn't mind getting up in the morning and going to work. So I've at least been successful on that part of it.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
This month on Direct Ticket, the powerful true story Rosewood from the acclaimed director of Boys in the Hood.
These are real folks dying. Women and children ain't done nothing wrong to no soul.
In this town,
You've been drifting long, Mr. Man.
Seemed like forever.
two men with different pasts
There'd be some trouble around here, sir. We could sure use your help.
must team up and fight to save themselves and the people they love. John Voight, Rosewood on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Are you ready for some football?
The game has begun.
Who is flying the aircraft?
That would be me.
The clock is ticking.
He's crazy. This is bad. Miss, let's delay our flight.
I'm calm.
Get ready for the ultimate
I'm going to crash the plane.
touchdown.
Let's play.
Turbulence.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
It's time for a check of the New England Ford NBA leaders. Here's the winningest franchise. Celtics still hanging on, but the Lakers breathing down their neck, 61%. Milwaukee, that's kind of a surprise, in third place over the years. Here's the winningest back-to-back years. Chicago, the recent Chicago entry. Philadelphia, those great teams, 66-68 Boston in the McHale Parrish Bird era. Milwaukee when they won the championship with Kareem. The Lakers, my buddy Bill Sharman at the helm in 71-73. And here are your longest winning. Yeah, we've got, we need a new graphic up there, guys. The longest winning streaks. Still won't do it. The Lakers, again with Bill Sharman at the helm, ran off 33 in a row, not too shabby. Milwaukee, Boston, 82 with 18. But the Lakers obviously outdistancing the pack there. 33, quite an accomplishment. And the NBA leaders are brought to you by your New England Ford dealers. Just say, hey, I'll drive. And now, here's a look at the NBA scoreboard. Brought to you by British Airways, the world's favorite airline.
Please kiss me, croaked the frog. And then the princess kissed the frog, and he suddenly turned into Charles Barkley.
Daddy!
Okay. You caught me. The frog turned into a handsome prince. I love reading with my kids. We all enjoy it. Reading builds a solid foundation for their future. Okay, who wants to read the next one?
Daddy, Charles must have been a really big frog.
I'm not trying to meet another man.
If you can't deny it.
Girl, the man wears sex like a coat.
If you try to fight it.
Should I call him? Should I not call him? Who the hell knows?
If you won't admit it.
This is nothing serious. This is not a love thing.
Then you got the Jones. Lorenz Tate, Nia Long, Love Jones.
This is for you.
Wait a minute. You made breakfast.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays. Browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
Halftime stats are brought to you by your friend in New England Dodge dealers. From cars to minivans to trucks, it's about change. The new Dodge. Celtics take more shots, shoot probably the best percentage all season long, 48%. Even Steven at the free throw line made good use of the foul stripe. Not too good in the three-point department. But look at the bench points, 17-4 in favor of Boston, and Celtics lead in the turnover department. So back to the second half. It'll be Billups, Mercer, Walker, McCarty, and Travis Knight against Brandon, Allen, Tyrone Hill, Robinson, and Irvin Johnson. Quickly they'll go to Walker. Irvin Johnson stops him momentarily. Billups will go to the big guy, McCarty, no. Rebound, Johnson quickly to Brandon. They'll have the numbers. And it's fumbled out of bounds by Big Dog.
Not a good pass that time by Brandon. Poor decision. Not only did he go to the big guy, but he put it behind him. And he was going to force him to make the play. Which if it's not required, don't force the big man to create it himself. Give it to him at such a time that all he's got to do is catch it and lay it in.
Mercer tries to hit Knight. Back out to Walker. He'll get a look. No. Right to Glenn Robinson. Brandon will go inside to Irvin Johnson. Knocks Knight away. Tied up by Travis. Comes up with the ball, however.
And that time, Travis learned. He stayed in the play. Tyrone Hill lays it in. Fine defensive play by Knight on Irvin Johnson.
Keep forgetting Travis Knight's a pretty big guy. Cardi now looking inside. They'll go to Walker. Tries to turn on Tyrone Hill. That should be goaltending, and it is.
I'll tell you what.
13 points for Antoine.
Not many people are going to be able to defend that move when he goes one way and then spins around quickly with his quickness. Unless he gets help on the weak side. That time it came over, but it was too late. All he had time to do was goaltend. But they've got to, I think, try to get Walker in that position more often.
Mercer on Allen. Stays with him. Comes up with the steal as Allen trips. Now Walker has that slip up and in. Nice bounce pass by Billups to lead Antoine.
Got away with it.
Up 9.
Got away with it. Billups had to hold on to it a little bit longer. He made a difficult shot out of it for Walker by giving it to him prematurely.
They'll call a hand check on Ron Mercer, who played an extraordinary first half. Ron Mercer was 4 for 6 from the field and had 10 points.
Chris Ford looking a little concerned. They handled the Celtics fairly easily in the first 2 exhibition games. But obviously, different set of circumstances, different set of intensity here, as Milwaukee, as a result of those 2 wins, have taken the Celtics for granted. And the Celtics, unexpectedly after that emotional loss last night, came out like tigers, and they've sustained it. And as a result, they got themselves a 9-point lead.
Robinson backs away, and there's a foul. It should be on Robinson. Yes, it is. So Travis Knight, a good double team on Robinson, along with Billups closing it down. Celtics cause another turnover.
And again, see, here's the mismatch, but it doesn't bother Travis as he steps in there for the steal. Here's McCarty.
Good pass from Travis Knight. Celtics up 11. And that's the 4th point for McCarty. And Chris Ford says, we got to get things together. He calls time.
Hey, basketball fans, now you can try NBA Inside Stuff magazine free and get this incredible new NBA video, Furious Finishes. Yeah, boy! With your Furious Finishes video, you'll get the most heart-pounding, rib-rocking action in NBA history with Reggie, Shaq, Zoe, the Rain Man, and so much more. 2 seconds, Stockton on the turn for the win! And with NBA Inside Stuff magazine, you'll go inside the locker room and the huddle.
I got every rebound. Let's get the knees to basket.
You'll get the latest on your favorite players, plus exciting photos and an exclusive oversized poster in every issue. Call now for your free trial issue. If you like it, you'll get 5 more issues, a whole year of NBA action for over 30% off the cover price. And you'll get the video absolutely free with your paid subscription. NBA Inside Stuff magazine. Call now for your free trial.
It turns day into night, air into fire. And in the town of Dante's Peak, a volcano is turning nature into a nightmare. Pierce Brosnan, Linda Hamilton, Dante's Peak.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Celtics' next game on UPN 38 will be 1 week from tonight as they travel to Philadelphia to take on Larry Brown and his 76ers. Rookie of the Year Allen Iverson has been joined by sharpshooter Jimmy Jackson and ex-Villanova star Tim Thomas in hopes of reviving the Sixers' struggling ways. Join Tom and me next Saturday night at 7:30 right here on UPN 38.
Glenn Robinson with that one. It's 57-48 Boston. Milwaukee, the most turnovers so far this season is 20. And they have 18 already in this ball game with 8:40 to go in the third. Mercer tied up, comes up with the loose ball. Here's Knight, double team on him. Billups with 1 on the shot clock will not get the shot away.
Well, we told you earlier a few times that the opponent has played back at you in terms of pressuring the Celtics. They have not yet handled it well. They don't expect it. They're the ones who are the ones who do the pressing. They catch them by surprise when the opponent does it to them. They're going to have to work on this.
Catch and shot by Brandon. So the Bucks climbing back into this thing. Celtics now up 7. They'll go to Walker.
I think Chris Ford had a few well-chosen words in his last time out. Basically, hey, you guys are playing lackadaisically, and you're going to blow one here that you're going to regret.
The foul was on Tyrone Hill. That'll be 2 on him. Walker will be at the line for 2. And Billups will sit down, and Edney will come back in.
Well, Edney sparked them in the first half. Walker comes up short.
Walker now looking for his 16th point. Doesn't get it. And right there is Hill. There's Brandon, comes off the pick. We'll find Irvin Johnson. Travis Knight got a hand on it. Celtics will have the numbers. Edney now will go to Mercer.
It's another nice defensive play by Travis Knight. He's really adjusted he's made the defensive adjustment necessary on Irvin Johnson, and he's leading him pretty good at the moment.
Robinson will go to Tyrone Hill. Brandon on the cut. They miss him. Robinson now. Tries to kick it out. Finds Brandon. Brandon gets it to go. 57-52. Boston and Milwaukee starting to heat up. Brandon now with 11.
Bucks coming back. Look for it to get in Robinson's hands. He's their go-to person.
Mercer will go back inside. 8 on the shot clock. Walker will be fouled by Hill.
Third on Hill, third on the Bucks. A nice spin move by Walker. Sees going to their own version of the go-to person. Almost loses control. Regains and then picks up the foul on Hill. Hill, a good solid 6'9" defensive stopper. Not easy to work on him.
Antoine gets this free throw to go, and Armand Gilliam will come in and take over for Tyrone Hill. Antoine. Celtics get the lead back up to 7. The largest lead for Boston was 11.
Walker regains his composure on the free throw line. He had just missed 2. Not always easy to go right back there. Knock 2 down.
Robinson, no. Up high for the miss. Travis Knight.
Look for Tynus. That's why he's in there. Get the ball to him. Let him push it up floor. It was effective in the first half.
Well, there's a mismatch that Tyus spots. Here comes Walker. Back out to Edney. He'll launch. No, that's well short. Walker, one side. And it'll stay Boston ball. Both Travis and Antoine banging on the offensive glass.
Yeah, good job. They both rushed it just a bit. Again, the mark of a younger team, a less experienced team. Walker!
And it's fouled by Irvin Johnson. That's 2 on Irvin and the 4th on the Bucks. Celtics have 2.
Well, whatever happens from here on in, the Seas already, in my judgment, deserve a win. This is by far their most consistent and stable performance on both ends of the floor. They've done a nice job here in just about every area. Patino's got to be pleased.
Robinson drills that. Mercer out in front is stripped by Allen. A good look by Tyus Edney got Mercer at least a lane going to the hoop, something we have not seen any of the point guards even recognize. And Edney will commit the foul on Brandon and make him go to the line for the 2.
Good foul by Edney. Questionable play by Brandon here. He had a 3-on-1. The officials ignore that foul. Good non-call. See, right here, he knows he's got to just drop it behind his back or over his shoulder for an easy layup. The percentage is to go that route rather than now having to earn it from the line, even though he is a good free throw shooter.
Well, Brandon makes the first. Mercer comes out along with Travis Knight as D. Brown and Purvis return. Purvis had been in the locker room, had something in his eye, and an eye wash took care of that. So the Bucks close the gap to 5. Edney now working against Brandon. McCarty will go to Purvis. Edney turns the corner. Back out to Walker. Edney will have 5 on the shot clock. Gets the floater.
Oh, boy. Wow.
Boy, they played him for the pass and let him shoot it. 63-56 Boston.
The effectiveness of a dribble penetrator who can get into the paint and cause all sorts of confusion for the defenders. Edney not a great shooter, but when you get that close, you don't have to be. Fine defensive play by Waller. McCarty.
And lead pass by Antoine. A little long. It was 2 if it was on the money.
Yeah, he had him out front. Milwaukee knows they are now in a dogfight here. If they win, it's not going to be done easily.
Purvis out on Almond. Brandon looking inside. Here comes Big Dog off the pick. Brandon's pull-up. No. And Johnson picks it off the floor. Clean look for Robinson. It'll make the Celts pay.
Good hustle by Irvin Johnson, who was completely recovered from his back spasms as he sprinted to the corner there to retrieve that one.
D. Brown, they say it's a 2. That's 8 for D. And D is 4 for 4.
Yeah, he's played well, doing the job defensively and playing alertly. Other than that.
And it goes to Robinson. Got to get out of shooting hand.
He's capable of the big night. You've got to be careful. He's got 20. He's averaging 21, but he can give you a 40-point night. Defense has got to dig in.
Purvis can't find an option. Now they go to Brown. Into Walker. Turn him to the hoop. They lay to Purvis. Boy, he just overshoots it and never hit the rim. D forced it a shot. Did hit the rim. It did hit the rim. And it'll be Boston ball, I believe. Yeah, and they got a fresh 24. Edney now. Left
How is that,
big
folks?
move and just took Big Dog right out of the play. 7 for Tyus.
Do it, Tyus. The biggest little man on the floor tonight.
Robinson tied up by Waller McCarty, and they'll call an illegal defense on Antoine. Antoine will go to the bench in favor of Andrew DeClerc.
Here's that move. Through the middle, underneath
Dipsy doodle, underhand lefty.
Dipsy doodle?
Dipsy doodle? Always more satisfying when you do it lefty.
That's nice. That's nice. Brandon again.
67-62. Boy, they are slow on the scoreboard here.
Gilliam's first 2 of the game.
Purvis pops out. They'll look for the cutter. The Clerk now 9 on the shot clock. They'll go to Walter, and he'll be called second time for steps. Well, Boston wants time as the Bucks are making a run. Edney has been a help here, and then some.
A brutal murder has been committed at the White House, and everyone's a suspect. The suspense thriller Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket.
Homicide. There are 27 cameras covering the White House. None of them captured her within 3 minutes of her death.
What would it take for me to see all the surveillance tape?
Not much. Just an act of Congress.
Do you want me to finish this?
These people can make us disappear.
Wesley Snipes, Diane Lane, Murder at 1600 on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Hey, basketball fans, now you can try NBA Inside Stuff magazine free. With NBA Inside Stuff magazine, you'll get the latest on all your favorite players like Reggie, Shaq, Zoe, the Rain Man, and more.
It's over. Chicago's won it. Over. 5 titles in 7 years.
NBA Inside Stuff magazine takes you behind the scenes with exclusive stories and exciting photos that let you be an NBA insider.
Hey, I got every rebound. Let's get some needs at basket.
Plus, you'll get an oversized NBA poster in every issue. Call now for your free trial issue. If you like it, you'll get 5 more issues. A whole year of NBA action for 4 installments of just $2.99. That's over 30% off the cover price. NBA Inside Stuff magazine. Call now for your free trial.
Quick check of the Bank Boston scoreboard has the Celtics leading by 5.
And Tuesday night at 8, start a night of comedy with Moesha. Then at 8:30, Tim Conway teaches Cher and Diane a new meaning for the word shop on Clueless. Boston is watching UPN 38.
L.D. Brown and Tyus Edney in the backcourt. Tyus has provided some spark at the point guard position this evening. And the Clerk knocks it out of bounds. Got his hand right in the passing lane. 12 on the shot clock for the Bucks. Glenn Robinson will inbound the ball. Wow. Sat right behind a double pick. Up quick now, they go to Walter. Walter challenge and will get to the line as Irvin Johnson did not like the call.
Took a little guts to make that play, however. Wallen recognizing that they need a rebuttal to the Johnson. Robinson, hot hand, takes it right into Johnson, challenges the bigger man, and picks up his third, and the Bucks are over the limit. Waller, a good free throw shooter.
5 points for Walter. Make it 6, and the Celtics lead is 5. 2:15 to go in the third.
Celtics extend pressure.
Allen throw a threatening double at him. They back off. Allen now looking inside. They go to Irvin Johnson. Johnson over to Brandon. 8 on the shot clock. Mismatch. Robinson inside. And catch and quick turnaround. Here come the Celtics on the quick inbounded ball. Edney will pull it back out, set things up with 15 on the shot clock. D. Brown was open momentarily. They missed him.
Timing is everything on those weak side cuts through the middle. Pass has got to be ready, and the timer can't leave prematurely as D squeezes it out on his J. Too bad. Celtics continue to play well. Bucks have raised it a level on the urging of Chris Ford in the last 2 timeouts. And Big Dog has gotten a hot hand with 12 here in the third period.
Brandon rims that one, and right there is Walter.
Get rid of it, Waller. Get rid of it, Waller. Waller, you're not listening to...
D. Brown front rims it. The tip by Edney. A clean-up rebound by Tyus Edney.
Once more, the biggest little man, and a steal. Well, we've got our MVP regardless of the outcome. This one, I think, is going to go down to the wire. The C's can smell it. Milwaukee recognizes they're in a little trouble as, again, the sustained pressure creates a 10-second violation.
Well, that happened last night in Boston. And here we see it again tonight. It isn't very often that teams will not get it over in 10 seconds, but that pressure by Boston starts to take its toll as we look at Ray Allen sitting on the bench, getting a breather.
Allen has gotten off to a tremendous start this year, having a relatively off night, only 8.
Well, steps on Purvis. He had the shot. Purvis is not in the rhythm. Spent all of last year out with the broken toe. And I remember when he was coming back from the knee injury, it took him quite a while to get his confidence to shoot the ball.
I was just going to say, Purvis one of these days is going to realize that he is a talented player in this league and start playing aggressively. He simply is too tender to everything he does. Gilliam.
Well, that gets the Bucks back within 3, and the Celtics can go for work the clock down because a 4-second differential between game and shot clock. D. Brown now will go inside to the clerk. To the left hand, that should have been goaltending. Long pass to Big Dog, the pull-up. Bang!
Oh, is he tough.
And that was a 2. So the Celtics made a big move. But the Bucks made a bigger move. At the end of 3, it's Boston 71, the Bucks 70.
They call me Rock. Not just because of what I do with The Rock, but for a far more important reason. Between those 4 lines, I do whatever it takes. Game time, practice time, every time. Consistent, steady, solid. As a rock.
This month on Direct Ticket, the powerful true story Rosewood from the acclaimed director of Boys in the Hood.
These are real folks dying. Women and children ain't done nothing wrong to no soul.
In this town,
You've been drifting long, Mr. Man.
Seemed like forever.
2 men with different pasts
There be some trouble around here, sir. We can sure use your help.
must team up and fight to save themselves and the people they love. John Voight, Rosewood on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder, reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
The Celtics and New Balance gives you an opportunity for all access to a Celtics game. The all access pass includes a behind-the-scenes tour of the arena, tickets, dinner, and more. Try on a pair of New Balance basketball shoes at any MVP sports store for your chance to gain all access.
And the Boston Bruins are back on UPN 38 next Thursday night when they travel to St. Louis to take on the high-scoring Blues. Pat Burns' squad will have their hands full trying to contain sharpshooter Brett Hull and Norris Trophy candidate Al McGuinness. The Bruins and the Blues Thursday night at 8:30 right here on UPN 38. Tyus Edney has been a real
giant
here, as little as he is. They go to Walker, and he mishandles that. Here comes Brandon with a chance for the Bucks to go ahead, and they do.
That is nice. Again, Brandon playing giant killer himself. Threads the needle with a blind look-away pass to his big man underneath.
Brown looked like he may have gotten a hack, but they'll give the ball to Boston with 10 on the shot clock. Mercer has come back in. He'll be at forward. Walker.
Keep your poise, guys.
Back inside to Walker. And a little turnaround gets the easy one off Gillian. Celts get the lead back. Antoine now at 21.
Crucial time in the game for a young, inexperienced team, especially on the road, where the obvious pressure as the home team gets back into it.
Curry has come in. There's Allen left alone. Straight in look. Gets him to 74, 73 bucks. 10 for Allen. And I must say, Mercer has done a masterful job on Allen tonight. 22nd timeout. And there's Rick Pitino ever coaching.
Well, the advantage obviously seems to have swung over, as well as the momentum to the Bucks. See, but I tell you, the C's have shown no indication of slacking off either their defensive. Here's that pass for Brandon a moment ago. Look at that. See, he looks to the corner left. That gets the defense leaning. Johnson gets into the open area, and he rifles the fastball through there. Again, a veteran point guard doing his magic, seeing the floor well, and of course he's got the passing skills to execute those plays.
Well, the man for the Bucks in that third quarter was Glenn Robinson at 14 points, was 7 for 9 from the field.
These have to continue to answer here.
Mercer will use the pick.
Look for the good shots.
Right inside, tries to hit Walker. It's knocked away. They'll have the numbers. Allen, no, but he'll get to the line for 2.
Beautiful athlete. Just glides through there. His leaping ability just allows him to float through the air, somewhat similar to a guy named Michael.
So Billups will come back in and replace Tyus. And the Celtics will hope to regain some magic here with Billups, who played pretty effectively in that first half.
When the defense starts to tighten up in the half court, as Milwaukee is doing at the moment, you've got to make shorter entry passes. Because when you've got overplay on those outlet people, obviously the longer the pass, the easier it is to get a hand on it, which is what happened to that Travis Knight entry a moment ago.
Elliot Perry now is going to take a shot at Billups.
Much over control with the ball. Nothing happens while one man stands out there and dribbles.
Billups will be fouled by Elliot Perry. So Billups will get to the line for 2.
players have a tendency to do that. Just keep
particularly,
pounding, you know, it delays getting into the offense, but it makes it so much easier on the defense, Tommy. You know, they have all the time in the world to prepare for whatever it is you're going to do when you eventually get your people set and into whatever you call it.
Well, his natural game at Colorado was give the ball to Chauncey and let him do his thing. And he is now trying to run the show, get everybody else involved, make the right passes, and find somehow to score some points. Well, that's a difficult assignment for any young player. There's Robinson, Mercer on him, bothered the shot, but not enough. And the Bucks now gone up by 5.
Self-trying everything on Glenn Robinson. The thing that you notice very effective. They're trying to isolate him, that they're sending the double over.
Brown front rims it.
But he's beating the double as well as the individual coverage. When a shooter like Robinson gets the hot hands on this level, it's lights out, and Allen starting to heat up.
Well, Rick Pitino will call time as the Bucks have gotten really hot here. Celts wanted time. The officials never recognized it. And Billups lost the ball. And the Bucks now will enjoy a 10-point margin. It's timeout.
Please kiss me, croaked the frog. And then the princess kissed the frog, and he suddenly turned into Charles Barkley.
Daddy!
Okay. You caught me. The frog turned into a handsome prince. I love reading with my kids. We all enjoy it. Reading builds a solid foundation for their future. Okay, who wants to read the next one?
Daddy, Charles must have been a really big frog.
I'm not trying to meet another man.
If you can't deny it.
Girl, the man wears sex like a coat.
If you try to fight it.
Should I call him? Should I not call him? Who the hell knows?
If you won't admit it.
This is nothing serious. This is not a love thing.
Then you got the Jones. Lorenz Tate, Nia Long, Love Jones.
This is for you.
Wait a minute. You made breakfast.
Playing this month on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
Go to the net. Now connecting to the NBA. Welcome to NBA.com, the official website of the NBA. You have gained full access to all 29 teams and their players. Check out nightly scores and stats, read the latest NBA news, visit the NBA theater and relive spectacular plays, browse the NBA store, even enter a live chat session with an NBA player or coach. The online world of the NBA, only at NBA.com.
Stop and Shop and the Celtics want to send you on a family vacation to Orlando. Simply use your Stop and Shop card at your local Stop and Shop, and you will be automatically entered to win great prizes. Family vacation sweepstakes, the Celtics, and Stop and Shop. It's that simple.
Milwaukee with a little full court pressure of their own. Chris Ford sensing that the young Celtic team is a little rattled, trying to take advantage as they do. As Big Dog, a little indecision on the part of McCarty and Walker with the loose ball in between them. Neither one went for it. Big Dog grabbed the initiative and sprints between. Watch this. See, both of them standing, waiting for the other guy to do it. Nothing worse in basketball, whether you're rebounding, going for a loose ball, whatever it is, for you to say, I'll let the other guy go. Take the initiative. Go for it. Robinson with an alert play.
Well, the Bucks on a 14-0 run now lead the Celtics by 13. Celtics led in this game at one point by 11 points. Travis Knight pops out, working inside.
I'll tell you, on this level, especially against a good team who can shoot it, boy, things change so quickly and dramatically.
Mercer. And the foul will be on Curry. And Walker was fouled by Curry. That'll be 2 on the Bucks.
What's going on? A little,
did they give the
words
basket?
Being exchanged? Yeah, they've got to count the basket.
Yep. Walker will get to the line.
21 for Antoine. It's too bad. Celtics played well for 3 quarters. But again, Milwaukee has picked up their game a bit. Good, solid team, as we told you, and they're going to make their presence felt all season long and become one of the premier teams this year.
Big dog gets it over to Allen, a slicing little move. Knight ties it up, and Allen just got it off. Good defense that time by Travis Knight. Phillips into the paint, goes to the little scoop shot, will get to the hoop and get to the line.
Well, good individual move by Chauncey. I'm not sure that that's what is called for at this point. He just took it into the pack and finished it off, used his talents, but you see he's running into 5 white jerseys there. Again, not the role necessarily of a point guard. In terms of bringing his team back, you've got to be thinking, create something for the other 4 at this point, especially in the game, at any time, but especially now. Get the other 4 involved.
I think he's reverting to what he knows best, Coach.
Yeah, but I'm saying now he's in the NBA and he's got to learn the new way to do it. Not always easy, and sometimes time-consuming.
The foul will be on Mercer. That'll be the 3rd team foul on Boston. As Ray Allen just stopped and Mercer collided with him on the baseline. I'll tell you, I love the defense Ron Mercer plays. Whoever he's guarding has got in for a night of ball hawking.
It's a shame because the Seas have played exceptional defense all night long, both individually and collectively. But again, on this level, the offense is so far ahead of the defense generally that you can work, you can be effective, you can get the job done, and you can still come away with a loss as Mercer.
Mercer is doing his number, has 14, had 10 in the first half. I'll tell you, I like Mercer. He's been consistent now for about 4 games.
Yeah, I agree. He's coming into his own.
Ray Allen responds, and it's an 11-point lead for the Bucks. Celtics one time. There's still 6:46 to go.
They call me Rock. Not just because of what I do with The Rock, but for a far more important reason. Between those 4 lines, I do whatever it takes. Game time, practice time, every time. Consistent, steady, solid. As a rock.
This month on Direct Ticket, the powerful true story Rosewood from the acclaimed director of Boys in the Hood.
These are real folks dying. Women and children ain't done nothing wrong to no soul.
In this town,
You've been drifting long, Mr. Man.
Seemed like forever.
2 men with different pasts
There be some trouble around here, sir. To show use your help.
must team up and fight to save themselves and the people they love. John Voight, Rosewood on Direct Ticket, only on Direct TV.
For all of you basketball fans who are into statistics, so far the NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation have hit 435,000 boards, thrown up 300,000 bricks, made 90,000 assists, and with the help of a 10-foot stepladder reached a goal slightly higher than the basket. The NBA and the Fannie Mae Foundation, America's home team.
Dunk of the game came in the 3rd quarter. The Celtics find Walter McCarty open down low for the big jam. Yeah, so congratulations to Walter McCarty from Dunkin' Donuts, home of the original dunk. Michael Curry taking Walker. Offensive foul called on Travis Knight.
And again, too much dribbling, too much over-controlling before the C's decide, you know, they're coming out of a timeout. They knew what they wanted to do. They just took too much time doing it.
Well, that's Phillips learning the NBA, that's all. Almost taken away. Here's Hill, will catch Curry left alone. And Hill challenged for the rebound, and it goes to the floor. It's tied up, and the Celtics with Walter McCarty come away with it. Walker down low, and Travis Knight will launch the three. No, inside of everybody is Walker. And there is a wrestling match going on underneath, and
Walker getting a little frustrated. Not the time for that.
Well, that's now let's see what happens.
Curry's got a hold of it. Well, yeah, you know, there's no okay. I mean, it's just another foul out there. You can't get upset. You know, if a guy's trying to hurt you, that's the time to get upset. You got to retaliate because you don't want it to happen again. But grabbing, holding, scratching, pushing, spitting, forget it. That's a misdemeanor.
Wait a minute.
Wait for the felonies.
Wait a minute. You never were in the trenches. In the trenches underneath.
Again, leaving his feet. And no. Point guard. The learning process in the NBA is difficult, especially when you have so much responsibility thrust on you, not only as the point guard, but as the third pick in the country. It just doesn't happen. It takes a while. But we've seen some positive things now, both last night and tonight, from that young man. So it's coming. It's going to take a while.
Well, Edney comes in, and the Celtics trail by 11.
And Edney's return should possibly help that learning process on the part of Billups, because he'll take some of that pressure off him if he continues to play as he did tonight. Wonderful job by Tyus.
Mercer, for that one, that's his fourth, and the Celtics now picked up their 4th team foul. Wait a minute, is it their 15th foul? That scoreboard is slow. This is the second one right there. Big dog, no. Walker takes it away from Hill. 91-79, 5:33 to go. They'll go to Mercer. Pull-up jumper by Mercer, and the Celtics get it back to 10.
Good look at the basket created by Edney again, looking down floor, making the long pass to the shooter who's out in front of the pack. Look up, look up. Edney had a step again, Tommy, same thing, you know. She's gotta form those habits. Gotta look down floor.
I'll call an offensive foul on Antoine Walker as Curry was fronting Antoine. Second foul on Antoine. Long pass to Brandon. He'll pull it back out. Wait for the rest of the troops.
Curry's a good, tough 6'5" kid, a free agent they picked up from Detroit, who's been languishing for some reason in the CBA. Detroit picked him up. Good, solid, complimentary player.
We'll go over to Boston as it was knocked out of bounds by Tyrone Hill. Under 5 minutes now. Celtics down 10. They led by as many as 11. Walter McCarty, clean look. Big by Walter McCarty, who now has 8.
Season the last couple of games, Tommy, have run their half-court set. Much more alertness, determination, creating much better shooting opportunities.
Timeout. Boston making a run.
However, it probably won't be enough this evening. The Bucks in firm control. Wednesday night at 8, fans. Join us for an all-new science fiction adventure with Star Trek Voyager and the Sentinel. The best sci-fi on television is on UPN 38.
Well, Kuz, with 4:34 to go, the Celtics very much in contention in this ball game. They are capable of running 10 points off with this pressure type of defense. Let's see if they could possibly do that. In the last couple of years, you would say Celtics down by 10 with 4 to go. You know, go out and warm up your car. But
I agree with you in theory, old-timer, but don't go out and bet any hard-earned money on that.
Now, wait a minute. I didn't say it definitely was going to happen.
I know we're supposed to keep the fans. The fans are going to hang around. This is exciting stuff.
Don't be saying stuff like that to me.
Don't. Bucks at the moment in firm control. If there wasn't a Terrell Brandon out there, I would say, yes, they got a shot. But with a point guard of his skills, he's not going to allow that to happen.
Weeknights at 6, join UPN 38 for the Mad Hour. First at 6, it's Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. Then at 6:30, it's Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. You get the picture. It's back-to-back Mad About You. Weeknights starting at 6 on UPN 38.
By the way, for those of you wondering how Violet Palmer did tonight, she is one of the officials. She did just fine because this is the first time we've had the opportunity to even mention her name. And that's what officials are supposed to do to be effective, is to be anonymous, not to have anyone know they're even out there. So,
you had to wait till she was standing right in front of us, huh?
Building brownie points with Violet.
Blocked by Armstrong. By McCarty, rather. Armstrong, who's... Where did that come from?
The All-American boy.
All I saw was a whole bunch of arms there. It was blocked by McCarty.
We went from Palmer to Armstrong. Stay solid, guys. It's the learning process. The game is just about put away. There's a lot you can learn from it. Don't. That's it. Stay solid.
Pass by Antoine Walker to Walter McCarty, and the Celtics have gotten it down to 6 with 4 minutes to go. Walter now with 10. More pressure in the backcourt. They'll lead it pass to Brandon. McCarty gets a piece of it, but he also got a piece of Terrell Brandon. Nice lead pass by Tyrone Hill out of that trap situation.
I don't know if we can take another look at this, but watch this little guy, Brandon at 5'10". Watch how he uses his body. Nice lead pass, as Tommy told you. Now watch, he's going into 6'11". See him lean in. That just kicks the shot blocker off balance enough where it screws up his timing pretty good. So just that little bit of pressure. Of course, Terrell is 5'11", but he's built reasonably well, and that lean in helps to kick the tall, thin McCarty off balance.
So Walter sits down at 5.
And Brandon once again answers the call.
He's up at the three-point play, so the Bucks have it back up to 9. 3:48 to go. And he brings it across against pressure. Travis.
Need dribble penetration here. That's it. Good work.
Edney can't finish it off, and Walker steps out of bounds. It'll be Milwaukee ball.
Celtics staying alert, they're staying involved, they're doing the things they're supposed to do. They've done a good job all night long. Of course, that's why they're as close as they are against this very talented Milwaukee club.
Well, Allen just eluded a double team there, and Knight bothers that one, and there's the rebound by Edney. Celtics on the gallop, but the Bucks are back.
Bad shot by Allen. Gives the Seas another quick opportunity here.
Mercer up and under, and he'll get to the line. They'll call the foul on Michael Curry. That's 5 on Curry.
And I think we've seen, if not a new, or certainly new and improved Ron Mercer step up. I agree with Tommy. This kid shows us a little bit more every game, and it appears that he's going to be certainly a good, solid NBA player, and hopefully even a little better than that.
17 points, and the Celtics are back within 8. Bowen has come in, and Brandon was a takeoff man against this press. They're trying to get it to him, and Edney will not allow that to happen. Curry finds Allen. Allen will drag it back out. 14 on the shot clock.
Yeah, now Chris Ford, who's been out on the sideline screaming, especially when Allen took that unwanted shot a moment ago, getting him to milk the clock, taking as much of the 24. That's pretty good foul move.
Big hook by Michael Curry. Here comes Edney on a charge. He'll find Mercer.
Answer the same way. Take it to the basket. That's it.
Antoine churns in. Will get the foul, I believe, on Tyrone Hill.
Told you this kid was an impressive CBA pickup. Look at this. Look at this. Wow. Look, Ma, lefty.
Power jam. That would have been the Dunkin' Donuts dunk of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Let's give out 2.
Milwaukee continues to struggle at the free throw line, as Andrew DeClerc has reported in.
Yeah, that's his 5th miss from the line.
Celtics 1 for 7 from the line here in the 4th quarter.
6 misses out of 11. That's pretty shabby for a guy who's got a pretty good stroke.
He struggled in the early part of last season with the outside shot and the free throw, if you remember. Brandon shot, no. Mercer takes it off inside of Robinson.
Now remember it happened to Montrose when he joined the Celtics. He was a pretty good shooter, had a nice stroke, shot for a pretty good percentage early, and then just disintegrated in front of our eyes to the point where Dudley could have beaten him. Wilt.
They get it back out. We're under 2 minutes.
Good effort by the Seas. Unfortunately, another loss, but a step closer in the learning process.
The clerk ties up Hill, but they'll call the foul on Andrew.
There's the Brandon penetration. Rebounding action. Hill tears it away. That's what he does best. Very tough under the boards. A Dennis Rodman type. A little more physical. Not quite as athletic, I would say.
Tyrone misses that one, and Travis Knight will come in and offense-defense alignment, replace Andrew DeClerc. Well, the Celtics scored 51 points in the first half. Now Travis knocks that one down. Travis now with 5 points. Looked like he scored more than that tonight. There's Hill all alone as nobody got back on the rotation. Edney, yes, they'll give him the hoop.
Tyus has played well tonight. Now the next question that remains to be answered is that dribble penetration. This again is what the Celtics have been lacking so far this season. A dribble penetrator, a guard who could do it effectively, not only to create his own opportunity, but to create something for someone when he picks up the defenders. We've seen Edney do a little bit of both. The question remains now, you know, he's been sitting there for 3 weeks waiting to get into the action. So similar to the Celtics performance against Chicago in the first game where they left it all on the floor and came out with a good win. Let's see if they can repeat it, or if Tyus can repeat it.
There is a bad foul by Ron Mercer. They had worked the clock down, and Mercer and Allen was taking a bad shot. And now he will go to the free throw line. And watch all this good work, Kuz.
He's down there low. Well, I didn't even see the foul. But
well, he got him on the arm, but well, he worked him, and then helped bail him out.
Big Dog. He got the job done in that third quarter. He's the one who broke it open. Wonderful offensive performance.
Sits down with 31 points. The Bucks over the 100 mark, 101 to 92. Here's Edney spinning, lays to DeClerc. Well, Andrew with 8 tonight.
Spreading the offense, milking the clock. They don't need to. Wait for the foul.
And Mercer commits the foul.
I think that'll be his 6th.
And you see Rick Pitino saying, why the foul? They had worked it all the way down.
Yeah, he's saying you fouled yourself out for no reason because the clock, you know, they were going to have to take a shot anyway.
Well, good offensive performance by Mercer. Had his stroke going. He's coming off those picks and really was hitting those jumpers. And Chauncey Billups played pretty effectively in that first half. And then, you know, one of the things he may have difficulty doing, Kuz, is he was like an all-minute man at Colorado, you know, and coming off the bench. He's giving it to bend over and the stretching and all the other stuff, you know, that players, you know, you got to be ready when they come in the game, right?
Yeah, except that that's the other side of the coin, Tommy. You and I have talked about this. You know, there's an adjustment to be made to play under this kind of a system where you're playing less minutes and you're in and out of the game as opposed to, you know, generally the super dupers especially, they're used to getting their 38 to 40 minutes. And it's a difficult adjustment to make. It's difficult to create some continuity unless you can mentally adjust to, you know, that kind of a situation. So if Billups, you know, has been doing 38, 39, 40 minutes in college, all of a sudden now he's on a string. Obviously, what has to happen is he's the guy to have to adjust because the coach, I think, his philosophies are pretty well ingrained. He's convinced that he can win by implementing him on this level, and he's not going to make allowances, you know, to a large degree, at least to certain players. Obviously, Antoine Walker's going to have to get a little more playing time, but even Antoine comes in and out pretty frequently.
Clark leans around everybody, finishes that one up, and Andrew has 10 points. And that will do it. As the Celts had this thing in their grasp, But Glenn Robinson would not let it happen in that third quarter. Celtics led by as many as 11, but that man Rick Pitino cannot be too unhappy as the Celtics came up with their best offensive performance of the season and may have found a point guard that can help out in Tyus Edney. The score here, the Bucks 105, the Celtics 96. We'll be back.